Okay, so what we're doing in 4.8 is now we're taking what we just learned and we're applying it to word problems. Okay, so we are going to be doing word problems. It's just examples here. So example 1. If x squared is added to 4x, the sum is 32. Find the possible value or values of x. So the first thing we have to do for this word problem is we need to translate it into algebra so that we know what it is we want to do. So what is this telling me? If x squared is added to 4x, so x squared plus 4x, the sum is 32. So what does that mean? Equals 32. If x squared is added to 4x, so x squared plus 4x, sum is 32, so equals 32. Find the possible values of x, which means we want to solve for x here. Is the equation equal to 0? No, so what do we have to do? We have to subtract 32. Those guys cancel. And what am I left with now?
Oh, I did it right.
X squared plus 4x minus 32 equals 0. Good. Now we know how to do this, right? What can I do here? Diamond method. So I'm looking for two numbers that multiply to negative 32
that would hurt.
and add up to positive 4. What are they?
Negative 8 and 4.
Very good. Wait a second. Negative 8 and 4?
And negative 4. Positive 8 and 4. No, negative 8 and negative 4.
Okay, here's Tommy's suggestion. Negative 8, negative 4.
No, I'm sorry.
No.
It's
Ashley, what is it?
Negative 4 and 8.
Negative 4, positive 8. Because we want to add up to a positive number, right?
Yeah.
So my bigger number should be the positive one. So how does this factor?
X plus 8.
And
X minus 4.
X minus 4 equals 0. And then what?
Gotta like factor.
And then we have to
make them equal 0.
Good. We have to set each one equal to 0. So I'm going to do the left-hand side, the green one first. X plus 8 equals 0. How do I solve for that? Subtract 8. So x equals?
Negative 8.
Negative 8. Second one, x minus 4 equals 0. What do I do there?
Oh, it's plus 4 and
Plus 4. So x equals?
X equals 4.
4. So what are the two possible values of x?
X equals 4 comma negative 8.
Good. Does the order that I list these in matter?
No.
No. It's just a list. Example 2. The length of a rectangle. The length of a rectangle is 5 inches more than the width. The area of the rectangle is 24 square inches. Find the length and the width. What do you think the first thing I'm going to do here is? I'm going to draw a rectangle because it's easier for me to see the picture. Okay, so the length is 5 inches more than the width. So let's say that the width is x, which would make the length
X plus 5.
x plus 5. Good.
Wait, would you put this 24 in the...
So the length is 5 inches more than the width. What? Hold on a second. What else do we know? We know that the area is what?
24 square inches.
The area is 24. So 24 is the area. How do I find area?
Times.
No,
Times
that's
length and
perimeter.
Multiply.
Multiply length and width. So that's going to be x times x plus 5, right? Equals what?
Equals 24.
Equals 24. Does this look like anything we can solve right now?
No.
Ellen's like, no way. What do you think we have to do first? Good. We have to distribute the x. So distribute that x into the parentheses. So what do we get? X squared plus 5x equals 24. Are we ready to solve yet? Still no. What do I have to do? Subtract 24 because we need it equal to 0. So my equation is x squared plus 5x minus 24 equals 0. Now does this look like something we can solve? Yeah, what method am I going to use? Diamond. So I'm looking for two numbers that multiply to negative 24 and add up to positive 5.
Negative 6 and 4? Or no, wait, 6 and negative 4.
Let's think about what's 6 plus negative 4.
Oh, it's...
No. Brooke, what is it?
Negative 3, positive 8.
Negative 3, positive 8. So x minus 3 times x plus 8 equals 0. How do I solve? Set each one equal to 0. Good. So x minus 3 equals 0. And x plus 8 equals 0. Let's solve the green one first. X minus 3 is what? Add 3 to both sides. So x equals positive 3. How do I solve this one? Subtract 8. So x equals negative 8. Okay. Let's think about this now. We are asked to find the length and the width. Look at my length. My length is x plus 5, correct? My width is x. One of these answers does not make sense to me. Which one do you think it is? X equals negative 8. Brandon, why can't x equal negative 8?
Because there can't be a negative
Width, right? We are looking at a problem that it has to do with length and width. X is my width, right? So one of these two has to be the width. Can I have a negative width? Is there such thing? No. So we cannot have x equal to negative 8. So our width is what? Width is 3, what is the inches, right? So what would my length be?
8.
How'd you get 8? 3 plus 5, right? So that would be 8 inches. Okay, so when we are dealing with word problems, sometimes we have to look at our answer and make sure that they make sense. Because we might get a negative number and the problem might not make sense with a negative number. Okay, so you need to make sure that you double check your answers and ask yourself if they make sense. Okay.